Okay, man. Just got done watching episode 3 of The Penguin on HBO. So, yeah, episode 3. This is AWR air order for episode 3 of The Penguin spoiler review. I wonder how you guys are doing this Sunday night. I hope all good. Good. I hope you enjoyed the show if you watched it. If you care about spoilers or not, this is the stream for you. If you care about spoilers, if you care. Okay? If you care about spoilers and you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this episode. Don't watch the stream. If you don't care about spoilers, and then yeah, do what you want. Actually, it's really up to you. It's really up to you guys. But let you know, this episode was mostly featured with the Victor character, the kid that he takes under his wing. That's what this episode was mostly about. Okay, of this episode 3 was the Victor character, the kid, young teen, not the young teen, but maybe the young adult or older teen. I think he's a young adult. I don't think he's a teen. This episode, yeah, it was mostly focused on this. There's a lot of interesting things I kind of picked up from this episode, potentially Easter eggs. Well, crazy theories I have about potential Batman villains maybe being created or with a slow building up origin in this episode. Now, yes, we're building up the Penguin to eventually become the kingpin of Gotham. Yes, but like I said, this episode featured it was mostly about the kid that he takes under his wing that does jobs for him. This episode's about his life. You get to know his parents. You get to know before the bombing in the Batman, when the Riddler bombing, and after. Yeah, so this episode really opens up. So this episode opens up with flashbacks from Victor, the kid's point of view. Okay, from his point of view during the stuff with the Batman. Yo, Degrassi. Yeah, I know. Okay, so we open up with this with the kid Victor, right? Lives in an apartment building, and not in the wealthiest part of town, but lives in an apartment building with his father, mother, and right. And he has plans to go out with his friends. He has a girlfriend also, plans to go out with his friends. And one of his friends has a cousin, I believe is kind of a bad influence. And his uncle mentions that. Not his uncle, his father mentions that. But he goes out anyway to be up with his friends and his girlfriend. Okay? As they're having their beer, all that, they're having beer. They're on the rooftop of a building, okay? Him, his friends, and his girl at the time. They're just enjoying quiet time together, right? And all of a sudden, first explosion goes off. Yeah, the Riddler bombings. The first explosion goes off. Okay? And then next explosion. And then the other. Then all of a sudden, the flood, right? The flood. All of a sudden, you see the water flooding up the streets in his neighborhood. Tries to warn his parents. Unfortunately, we find out later on that his parents, his family did not survive the flooding of the Riddler's bombings. Okay. Fortunately, he lost his parents due to the Riddler's terrorist attack, the bombing of the Gotham's harbor, and so that's how that first episode begins. A flashback, his point of view from during the time when when the Riddler set up those bombings at Gotham and off by off. We got to see from his point of view how how. So yeah, this episode is mostly Victor's Victor's centric episode story. Okay, the kid. Now you may be wondering why Victor Zsasz in the title. It's a crazy hot take theory that I have. I actually like last time I did this stream, or last time I did this stream talking about Batman. What I was talking about, I don't think they're gonna do. Like I said, yeah, this guy is not gonna be Victor Freeze or Victor Zsasz because you know what? There's more even in fictional roles. There could be more than one person named Victor, right? Victor Zsasz and Victor Freeze. Obviously, there could be thousands, millions of people named Victor. But this episode, it made me think possibly. Actually, it made me think the possibility of both of them. Both of them. Now, a possibility. Even at the ending, okay? But as I got closer to the ending, I probably would lean towards more Victor Zsasz than Victor Freeze if this is just a different version of Victor Zsasz, because Victor with a different last name, and it'll be a little different. He won't be the typical serial killer with the every time he kills somebody, he has the scars. He always scars himself after each kill. I don't think he'd do that version. I don't think Matt Reeves would do that, because not the way my theory will play out with this Victor. Okay. Also, we got to see that Sophia. If you remember at the end of last episode, Sophia Falcone and Oz Penguin decided to make alliance, a team up, right? A team up at the end. And this is heavily featured in this episode too. Okay? They introduce a new drug. They're going to introduce a new drug in this episode. Okay? We'll get to that. The title of this episode is called Bliss. It is a new drug. Okay? It is a new drug all right? That's the episode. The name of the new drug is called Bliss. Specifically for this. Yeah. Okay? That's what it's called. Bliss. Hey, Degrassi, if you want to come in the chat, man, I feel free to come in. You know, I sent you a link. Okay. 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 But we'll get to We'll get to the drug part of the show a little bit later on in this stream. Okay. Now, Sophia Falco and Penguin obviously are not. They don't want Luca, who is Sophia's uncle. Yes, I did. Very Poison Ivy like, I think. Was it Poison Ivy like? I don't know. That's what I thought. I thought it was like, oh my god, are they gonna find a way to introduce? Are they gonna like secretly like introduce Pamela Isley in this episode? When I saw mushrooms and bliss in this, like, are they gonna secretly introduce Pamela Isley? Obviously, they didn't. You would think they would, right? Okay, but they didn't. Scarecrow, like, yeah. Well, oh yeah. But so yeah, so we pick up where Penguin and Sophia, right? They have to go, right? To make they have to do business, right? Right? Sophia has something to talk about Penguin with, about a new drug, the bliss, whatever, right? The bliss stuff. But Sophia wants Penguin to drive him like old times. If in this episode has been revealed that the Penguin was Sophia's driver when Penguin was climbing up the ranks. Okay. And he wanted her to drive her She wanted him to drive again. All right. So they go to where the warehouse is, where Bliss is being made, and Sophia obviously like Penguin doesn't know because Penguin, but she told him how what's going on being made, and they're going to need a distributor, a supplier, a distributor, right? They can't, right? Because this is also a secret. Because the Falcones, Luca, Sophia's Falcone, uncle, they're not really, they're not doing this. This is something that would get them whacked, right? Sophia and Penguin get whacked, right? There's something they're doing to themselves because their intention is to take over. So say Sophia Falcone wants to take over the Carmine Falcone family, obviously, and Penguin is playing is he has alliance with Sophia, but he's playing Sophia, the rest of the Falcones, and the Maroonians against each other. We know what the Penguin's end goal game is here, right? We know what his end goal game is here, but he has to be smart and play everybody against each other. There's making alliances and then betraying, right? Stuff like that. We know that. So he tells Victor to stay in his apartment, right? Don't do anything, basically, right? Don't do anything in the apartment. Tells Victor to stay in the apartment. So Victor invites his girlfriend, over because he wanted company, right? Wanted company. Like his girlfriend, like him, lost her family because of the explosions, the bombs. Okay, and they're really in love. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, drug and these hallucinating spirits could be about half a dozen or so books. Yeah, I got Scarecrow, Poison Ivy. Yeah, yeah. And all right, so he invites her over, and they talk about. And then it's revealed that she's gonna leave Gotham, right? And he doesn't take it too well. He's a little up, he's a little shocked, right? And she takes it that she's gonna leave Gotham and go to California because there's nothing for her there, right? Her school's underground, and all this shit's going on around Gotham too, right? There's nothing for her there except basically him. And she tells him, "Why don't you come with me? Come with me to California, start a new life." Because Victor does feel like the trouble he's getting into with Penguin, even though the Penguin takes him under his ring and stuff, and he's trying to teach him stuff, right? And look, Victor gets finally paid. The Penguin finally pays him, right? It's about time. And same time, Sophia Falcone gets gets in the manner gets interrupted by Johnny Vitti. It's revealed they're not cousins like in comics in that way. He's Johnny Vitti is her mother's cousin, and he's the underboss. And Johnny Vitti makes it perfectly clear that does not like Sophia Falcone. Sophia Falcone. Okay, makes it perfectly clear. It's not vague, clear as hell. Does not like Sophia. Uh, Luca, the who takes over the reins of the Falcone crime family. Remember the last episode. So Sophia, go. You're going to Italy. You're going back to Italy. You're gonna live in Italy. You stay away because I think Luca feels like she's a threat. But they also make it. She also makes it seem like they underestimate her too, right? And there's the plane ticket and all that shit. So yeah, Johnny Vitti is no fan of Sophia. So later on, Sophia and Penguin need a new distributor, right? Supplier distributor, right? So they suggest going to Chinatown, and we know there's another gang in Gotham, the Triads. The Triads are more of a fictional and non-fictional, mafia family, right? We know that. But yeah, they go to the triads, and it's been revealed that the Carmine Falcone basically drove the triads out. Triads are still around, but drove them out of the drug business and all of the territory, whatever. But obviously, they can't go to the Maroonies because if they go to the Maroonies, stuff that would betray the partnership between Sophia and Penguin. So they have to go to some other gang that's built that's not the Maroonies, all right? And obviously, they can't take this up with Luca because it's been revealed by Johnny Vitti that they're going they're going quiet. That the Falcone family is going quiet and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So they go to the triads. The triads have no. You shut up, Red. No, they do not like the Falcons. Okay. Do not like the Falcons. All right. So, but the way to try to make peace. Penguin has basically a bunch of bottles of wine and shit, right? Trying to bury the hatchet. So they go into the Chinese club, right? The Triads club, and they pull up a gun on him. The second in command uh, of the Triads says they're willing to do business, put things aside, willing to do business. Yeah, they kind of agree on Carmine. Even Sophia does not like her own father because I feel like the father's. It's pretty clear the father betrayed her in some way. Okay. And the thing is, the second in command says, is it they make it sound like Sophia and Penguin make it sound this is coming from the Falcone family or at the higher ups, but obviously the higher ups don't know about it, but they have to pretend they have to know about it, right? That Johnny Vitti could authorize this, right? But they have to find a way to get Johnny Vitti to agree to this. Okay? And Johnny Vitti does not like him. Does not like him. So he won't agree to this willingly, right? Willingly, right? Obviously. So you have to blackmail him, basically. Blackmail him. Okay? They have to blackmail. So you see Oz and Victor at a restaurant, right? And there's a specific reason why they're at this fancy restaurant. And Oz wants to know Victor a little bit, wants to know about his background, right? He wants to ask him about his family growing up, stuff like that. His mother, his father, all right? Wants to know about his protege, I guess. His future underboss. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. But it's funny. So he wants it, right? But they're really there for something else. They find out that Luca's wife is there with a friend. The friend leaves, and if you haven't been paying attention, Luca's wife has been cheating on Luca with Johnny Vitti, right? So Oz goes up to Luca's wife, who's at the restaurant, and asks for a favor. And so she seduces. So what happens is later, a little bit later on, a couple minutes later, we find out she seduces Johnny Vitti because because of Penguin and Sophia blackmailing him, right? So they tell her to seduce Johnny Vitti, and they do. They catch him. They catch him in bed, and Johnny Vitti is like, "You can't tell anybody." And they like, "You have to make this call, saying you authorize this deal with the triads." And he doesn't want to do that. Even Oz offers him a shot to actually be willingly to be on this, like not willingly with free will, but his arrogance, his disdain, his hatred for both Sophia and Oz got the better of him, got to him. But swiftly at Oz, he went to attack Oz a lot more, saying all this shit about Oz and what he was like, and how the way he treated like back in the, about Sophia and stuff. And Oz got so mad, they literally took a knife and put it in the guy's mouth, Johnny V's mouth. Did not kill him. Did not kill him. Didn't even do this Joker thing with, that thing. Didn't kill him. And he just gave his cell phone. He gave his phone and says, "Make the call." And that gives that gives permission for Sophia and Oz to get an audience with the trial leader at the club. And so this club and the bliss is already the drug bliss is already ready to be sold and distributed, right? Because they agreed to it, right? Because of food authorization. And so at the club you see Sophia and Oz and Victor and Oz's girls, right? Oz's girls, right? Distributing the drugs all over the dance floor. The customers were dancing, taking the drugs, giving money, taking the drugs. Right? You see that? Well, and Sophia basically gave a reason why, like why these people are taking these drugs as an escape, right? Because Gotham. This is right after. This is right after the Batman, like a week after the Batman. So Sophia gives him a reason why this is like an escape for these people because she mentions the maniac, the Riddler. She mentions Gotham, the mayor's been assassinated, right? The murdered, basically. Water, the siege of Gotham, not the siege, I'll say, the underwater siege of Gotham, all that shit. And these people need to escape, not knowing these drugs could possibly. Well, she knows they could possibly harm and kill them, but she doesn't care. They don't. She's usually said this is escape, but no, it's not really. She's using that. Oh yeah, this is for escape. No, this is about money. She doesn't care if they overdose or whatever. We don't see any overdoses or people die in this episode of the drug. We don't see it, but you get the idea, right? With drugs, right? Bliss, it's called. Yeah, it's called Bliss. Okay. Next to Bliss for red. I'm kidding, red. Okay. Well, at the same time, Victor did agree to his girl that he was going to meet her and move to California with her, right? And he was afraid to tell Oz that he was leaving him because he was afraid he was going to get shot, right? Like Oz would be like, "You're leaving me. I'm gonna have to kill you now," stuff like that. He's afraid, right? He's afraid, right? He's afraid how Oz is going to take it. I don't blame him. I would be afraid too, guys. I would be afraid too. How would you take it, guys? I would be afraid too, guys. Right? Well, while everybody's dancing to the music, right? There's that one woman, that one girl that he met in the second episode, the cam girl, whatever you want to call her, right? What certainly clearly has some sort of as attraction to Vic, dances with him. All of a sudden, in this room, on the dance floor, in the club, bright lights pop up, and it gives him a post traumatic stress like vision of like when the bombs exploded in Gotham, right? Because when he was watching the bombs explode, he was watching it from on the roof of a building, and it was such a beautiful scene to see from his point of view the the destruction of Gotham from those bombs the Riddler planted in Gotham Harbor, so he could flood Gotham. It was just a brilliant couple minutes of that scene. Brilliant. And so obviously in the club, the with the with the when they when the lights got brighter, it gave him kind of a PSTD, right? PDST, post traumatic stress disorder, kind of like a bit of a that going back to those explosions he saw on the rooftop during the Batman movie. Yeah, because those flashbacks took place during the Batman movie, and he was and he was collecting money and distributing the bliss all over the dance floor, but he dropped the bliss because he was he was suffering from anxiety from all that, sweating, breathing hard, all that shit, he's right. He was doing that. That was happening, but also he was afraid to tell Oz that he was planning to leave and travel across the country. And I was about to say world, but across the country to be with his girlfriend and start a new life in California. Okay. This episode, nobody dies. There's like no violence, no real shit goes down, right? It's more of a dialogue episode, more of an episode for Victor to get to so the fans, the fans, the audience get to know Victor more, right? Because obviously, yeah, this show's about Penguin, but you're also introducing other characters in the show, right? So we want to know more. We want to know what like Sophia Falcone. We want to know more about Victor, this kid, right? Okay. So Oz and Victor meet up meet up right privately in the club, and Victor tells him, "Oh my God, I'm sorry about that." Victor tells him that he's leaving, that he's leaving, that it's time for him to go and stuff like. And Penguin is not happy about it, not very happy about it. He takes out the gun and says, "Why did this offer? You're leaving me? Why? For a girl? For a girl? For a girl? Girl? For a girl?" It's like, go, go, go. If you don't want to be in this game, go, go, go. And so Victor takes the car, Oz's car, and travels all the way to the airport. Or I don't know if it's the airport or the bus station, I forget. And sees this girl there, and he's staring outside the window to see his girlfriend there. While Oz and Sophia Falcone, right, are are satisfied, right? Even though Sophia Falcone was a little frustrated a little pissed with Oz because of what Oz supposedly did. But as that was happening, Victor looked at his girl and decided, oh no, before that, Oz said, you know what? You're gonna make your life here, man. You're gonna make it here. You're gonna do stuff like that. You're gonna be like, you gotta make it here. You gotta make it here. Like, and I think a lot of the stuff that Oz was saying to Victor was self-projecting too, because Oz, I think, sees Victor a lot as himself. Somebody struggling to have to somebody struggling to have a reason why he's here, right? Like, what's his purpose? And there was times where Oz said in the restaurant, "Your father would be proud of you." No, he wouldn't, because Victor was said because Victor is right. His father would be ashamed of him if he knew what he did. Fortunately, his father is dead. He can't really ask or hear it from his father, but it's true. Okay, but Victor decides, you know what? He listens to what the Oz said before going off, and decides he makes a decision, and he goes back to the club while Oz and Sophia are talking. All of a sudden, Sal's Marooni's a jeep, a jeep came, a jeep showed up. Two men with a gun, and in the back, Sal Marooni's wife comes out. Right, not happy with Oz, threatening to kill Oz and Sophia because they felt they're being played. But based on Victor's decision to come back for Oz, he comes back, sees that Oz and Sophia are down on their knees with their hands up, about to be executed. He runs one of the guys into the another car, killing that guy, and obviously a little bit dazed. Victor still has some blood. Oz comes into the passenger seat and say, "Go, go, go!" And he's like, "What about Sophia? Forget about Sophia." And that's when they drive off. And that's the end of the episode. End the episode. Okay. Now, good episode. I think this show is just getting the show's just getting better and better. I'm sorry. Such a good show, man. Uh, so yeah, the drug operation, right? All that stuff. But why did I say Victor Zsasz in my title? Well, look, this is gonna be Victor Zsasz. This is a case with this kid. If he does become Victor Zsasz, I don't think he's gonna be like the Victor Zsasz from the comics. Anything close to that. So, all right, and I'm not gonna use anything close to the Victor Zsasz from the comics. Right now, this is a wild take, wild theory. I don't know if it's. I don't know if some people will see it my way. I don't know if people call me crazy for thinking this, but I I can see it as an actual possibility that this kid might end up being a version, the Batman universe of Matt Reeves' version of Victor Zsasz, because to me, Victor Zsasz is not really a character that is a main villain type. He's more of maybe a third or fourth kind of character, not even a secondary villain. But in this show, they might be making him. If this kid is going to be Victor Zsasz, they might actually develop into a secondary villain at some point. This kid, okay. Now, what am I going to say? Well, no, listen up. You're going to say, but that's not a reason why this kid's going to be Victor Zsasz, okay? Yeah, you're right. You're right, because I didn't give my reason yet. I did not give my reason yet. Reasons. Now, Victor Zsasz in the comics, right? Mentioned this earlier in the stream. Is a murderer psychopath, right? Right? Believes in life is meaningless and calls people walking zombies. And every time he kills someone, he scars himself, right, on his body, right, for each kill, right. We know that. That's Victor Zsasz, right? If you know Victor Zsasz in the comics. Lately, there's been some iterations where Victor Zsasz is perceived as a hitman. The actor who's gonna play Metamorpho in Superman, the James Gunn Superman, played a hitman version of Victor Zsasz in the Gotham show, right? We also saw Victor Zsasz in Batman Begins for a little bit as a hitman, as a as a hitman, as an assassin. But if this is Victor Zsasz, they're not building up as an assassin or a hitman or something like that. What I think is happening now in the comics, Zsasz was known to be from a wealthy family, right, and inherited his his parents' wealth, but he gambled it all away, right? He gambled it all away. And who was the one he gambled all his money, all his wealth to? Well, well, guys, guess who is it? Oh, no, I'm not gonna make 10 minutes for you to guess. Well, the guy he gambles all his wealth away to, is the very man this show is based about, the Penguin, right? Victor Zsasz in the comics gambled away all his wealth to the freaking Penguin, also couple pot. Okay, facts. Now, red is the Penguin. We all know that. I'm kidding, Red. I'm kidding. Don't go after me, Red. Okay. Now, obviously, this would be different, right? This, if this kid does become Victor Zsasz, I don't expect it to be like the comics. How do I expect this kid to be Victor Zsasz? Well, let me edit this. Let me edit this, okay? Because I forgot to put a question mark. And people might think this is Victor Zsasz. Let me edit the title of this video. Let me put a question mark, okay? I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah, you're. No, you're skinny like the Whittler then. All right? Okay. I think. I don't think things are going to go well for this kid. Right? Ah! You calling Wizard fat? Oh my god. Let me see something. Well, so what I like with this kid being future Victor's ass, I think losing everything, losing his parents, eventually, technically he did not lose his girl, but he let his girl go, right? But I think him being with the penguin will be his downfall. He chose to be with the penguin, and that doesn't lead to anything good. He think it might lead to him being on top, but I think it's going the opposite way. I think it's going right. I think it's going the opposite way, and it's going to drive him into madness, and this madness. It's not healthy to be working for the penguin. I think it's going to drive him into more of a serial killer, like where he's going to lose his mind and stuff like that, and eventually become like a serial killer or something. Like I think Penguin will betray him, not kill him, but will betray him, and he want revenge on the Penguin and everybody else. I think that's what happened. I think it would happen, and I don't know, like I don't see him being the typical Victor Zsasz I used to, but I see either him being betrayed to Penguin, or as long as he's aligned with the Penguin, and the Penguin promises all this and this, but he doesn't. But the Penguin gets what he wants, but this kid doesn't get what he wants, and maybe the Penguin just uses this kid, okay, uses this kid, and that gets to a point where this kid figures this out, is smart enough to figure this out, and learns from the Penguin, even though the Penguin uses, learns from the Penguin, and he takes it out on the Penguin in the mafia and become a gang, whatever mafia he creates. The Penguin, the head of the becomes the head of the family, and I think he'll just use that as basis for him being potentially I want to say a serial killer, more like a serial killer anti-hero kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know really. I just think I kind of just put the connection right. Last week I said I don't think this kid is gonna be Victor Zsasz or Victor Freeze, but today I just put the connection reason based on this episode on the Victor centric episode. Like, yeah, this kid could be the future Victor Zsasz, and I also did think for a bit in this episode, yeah, this could be Victor Freeze based on his woman. But since he ditched his woman and he let his woman go, his girlfriend go to California, no, because it would have to be something else. Something bad would have to be his woman in this episode. Something terrible would have to be his woman, right? Right? If his woman never ditched him and never was planning to go to California and stick with him this whole episode while Victor Zsasz was doing, well, Victor, not Zsasz, Victor Aguilar was still doing stuff for the Penguin, but stuff don't go as planned, and stuff got worse and worse, and his woman eventually gets caught up in it, gets seriously hurt or killed, or seriously, like, I don't know. Cersei takes the bliss, the drug bliss, and mentally or like physically damages her. He loses it, and wants to desperately like find a cure or something, and becomes Mr. Freeze. I don't know, like a very different version of Mr. Freeze, but the premise is still there. The premise is still there. Is Mr. Freeze is all about his wife. In this case, it would be about his girlfriend. But based on what happened this episode, yeah, Victor Freeze is definitely out of the question with this kid. More likely to be Victor Zsasz. Okay. Now, once again, I I don't like it's my hot take, my real hot take, right. So it might be crazy, might be really really out there. Okay, it definitely is. It definitely is out there, but it's not a bad idea. I want to see more of this show to see where this goes with this kid, and obviously Pigmon, to see where the pig with this where the direction this kid is going. Okay, because will this kid make it to the Batman 2, or will this kid die in this show? And will Oz actually really care about this kid or not? Because it makes it seem like as the show goes on, he actually legitimately cares about this kid, because I think he sees a lot of this kid in him. A kid trying to make a name of himself, trying to find direction, trying to find his place in Gotham after what happened to him with his parents and all that. I think that's what not Victor, but Oz sees in his kid. Okay, they're very similar in that aspect. They don't come from wealthy families, right? They come from struggling families, and yeah, soon, huh? Blinded. I'm kidding, blinded. Yeah, I'm yanking a chain there, buddy. I'm yanking a chain. I really do like the show. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think of the Victor's ass? What do you guys think? You think it's possible he's gonna be Victor's the Batman's universe, Batman universe, epic crime sagas, Victor's Zsasz version of Victor's Zsasz? It's a real hot take. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. Or in if we're still live. So tell me in the chat, or if when it is not live, if you're watching replay, tell me in the comments down below. What do you guys think? It's my hot take, so like most likely won't be true. But it's no coincidence why they chose the name Victor, right? If they wanted to create a character for the show based on with a name that has nothing to do with the comics, they don't have to use Victor as a name. It's really no coincidence why they use the name Victor, right? You had to use the name Victor for some reason. Like like the like like Paywan's girl, what her name is Eve Carlo. What is Carlo? Carlo is what? An Easter egg for Basil Carlo. Clayface, right? There's like this is it's not random. Random. It's not random, right? It's not random. It's not random. Now this show. Okay, where am I? Okay, so yeah, so go check out the show. I mean, we're only 3 episodes in. It's 8 episodes. So next week we're at the fourth episode. We're gonna definitely do another after show next Sunday. That's a fact. We'll do that. See where this goes. Right? It's Marvel fans, MCU fans. This is the most. This show is more superior than any MCU show there is. Sorry. This makes Agatha look like a CW show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It does. I'll say this. This show makes most MCU shows, like a CW show. All right? And you know what? This is a win. The show is a win. Joker 2 is not a win. That's a huge L for Warner Bros. But they got a winner right here. Advice, James Gunn. Anything Batman related, make sure Matt Reeves is working on it. At least as a advisor and stuff, a consultant, because he knows his shit. He knows his shit. Okay, James Gunn. Now, so I'm gonna try to go an hour on this. Okay. No, maybe not an hour. How many? Oh, 10 minutes. How many minutes have gone? 15 minutes. Yeah. Once again, Colin Farrell and Sophia Falcone, Emmys nominated. This is a nominated award show right now. This is gonna get nominated for Emmys. Colin Farrell should be nominated for Best Actor. Christina Milioti, or Milioti, I don't know. I'm butchering your last name. She'd be nominated for Best Actress. Okay. Okay, because this is an award-winning. This show will get nominated for Emmys. Emmys. I'm sorry. Like, this is that good of a show, quality-wise. I'll say that. But that's gonna be next year, man. September. September, guys. September is when award shows happen for the Emmys, right? If I was any actor or actress and looking to get into comic book films, yes, I know MCU is a juggernaut, but I might look if you're looking for if you're looking for awards and you think this comic book will get you an award, I would definitely go with I think I'd go with DC. Honestly, I think DC stuff might have a better chance getting you an award. At least a Batman thing. Batman. Because it's been proven in the past that Batman related stuff gets nominated a lot more and gets wins a lot more. So if you're looking for awards through comic books, Marvel is not the place to go. DC is. Specifically Batman. Because this show is amazing. Writing is amazing. Dialogue is amazing. Well, the dialogue is amazing. The cinematography, the scenery, everything is amazing about this show. Okay. The acting. You don't even know if that's Colin Farrell. Is that you like be like if some random guy just watched the show and doesn't know anything about Batman and he'd be like, who is that actor who plays the Penguin? And somebody else would know, be like, oh, that's Colin Farrell. Be like that person would be like, that's Colin Farrell. That's how good this show is, man. All right. I guess with that, I'm gonna end the stream here at 50 minutes. Not much else to talk about. I'll see you next week for this show, episode 4. Right? Episode 4. So do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment below.